Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. So guys, Jubilation, as you know, Simeon Ekpa wins big in Finland court on the 25th of June 2025. Mazen Khan was in court on the 25th of June 2025, and guess what? You know, he there was victory, there was jubilation because he secured a big win in Finland court, and Nigerian government fails to prove case, and then the case has been closed because Nigerian government has failed to prove him guilty of any crime. Breaking news: the long-awaited trial of Biafran activist and broadcaster Simeon Ekpa in a Finnish court has finally come to an end, and also it has been vindicated, and that is a major blow for Nigerian government. Now, we are going to be breaking down everything that happened on the 25th of June 2025 during the Simeon Ekpa's final court appearance in Finland. So now, the question is, why was the case closed? How was the case closed? One, why couldn't Nigerian back up its accusations? And why did the judge really say about his bail freedom? So you know that on the 25th of June, they had to talk to the judge about Mazen Amdekanu's bail because Nigerian government couldn't even prove anything. So they had to put it to the judge that this man needs to be bailed because they cannot prove that he's guilty. So they had to talk about his bail. So probably, let's give it like 2 weeks, Simeon Ekpa will be back. He'll be free. He'll be free. So now, what did the judge really say about his bail and freedom? We'll know all these things at the end of this live section. Just stay tuned to the end of this live section. Now, Simeon Ekpa, a prominent Biafran separatist and a spoken disciple of Mazen Amdekano, has been under legal scrutiny in Finland after the Nigerian government accused him of allegedly inciting violence and issuing sit-at-home orders that caused unrest in the southern part of Nigeria. But here's the key point: Simeon Ekpa is a Finnish citizen, and any trial involving him must meet Finnish legal standards, not Nigerian politics. So, for months, the Nigerian government attempted to build a case against him abroad, hoping to extradite or punish him through international channels. Now, you know that Nigerian government, their plan is just to bring him or kidnap, just like this, the same way they did to Masnam Kanu, the same way they did to him, just to kidnap him from any country and bring him back to Nigeria so that they will not be playing with his case, just like the same way they were doing to Mazin Kanu, which they are no longer doing because it is obvious that they don't have any case against Mazin Kanu again. So Simeon Ekpa, Nigerian government, their plan was to abduct him just the same way they did to Mazin Kanu, bring him back to Nigeria and start playing with his case, start playing pranks on him. So, but fortunately, they couldn't. So now, for months, the Nigerian government attempted to build a case against him abroad, hoping to extradite him or punish him through international channels. And on June 25th, the final court section took place, and that's where the drama unfolded. In the Finnish court in Lahti, the judge finally addressed the heart of the matter, and here's what made it clear. The Nigerian government failed to provide concrete, admissible evidence to prove Simeon Ekpa had committed any crime under Finnish or international law. You can see that they could not prove that Simeon Ekpa committed any crime. They could not defend themselves that Simeon Ekpa had committed any crime under Finnish or international law. They couldn't at all. What does this tell you? That man is innocent. Just because they have Simeon Ekpa and Mazen Amdekano has vowed that they will not keep silent because the Igbo see them as as the person that voice out their pains, because you all know that Igbos have been persecuted in this country. So now Martin Namdekano and Simon Ekpa is like a voice that voice out the pains of the Igbo, because Igbos have been persecuted. Yes, Igbos have been persecuted. They say IPOB is a terrorist group. They say IPOB is dead. They say IPOB is this. But look at what is going on in the country. You said Tim Ekpa is the one financing Boko Haram, financing all the attack happening in the east. Now, since they arrested him, since he has been in since he has been in custody, because he has been there now for several months, I think 7 months now. So with all the things happening in the east, we used to call Simon Ekpa, we used to tell him that he has been the one, causing insecurity is when he has been in custody. That's to show you, that will reveal to you that truly Simon Ekpa is not the one financing terrorism at all. He's not the one financing terrorism. He doesn't have, bad plans. The only thing they wanted to do is just to transform Nigeria. So you can see a government that don't have anything against someone, they cannot prove. The Nigerian government failed to provide concrete admissible evidence to prove Simon Ekpa had committed any crime under Finnish or international law. No Nigerian officials, witnesses, or legal team appeared physically in court to defend the accusation. And then another strong thing that happened in court on the 25th of June 2025 was that no Nigerian officials witnessed. None of them were seen in court. That's to tell you, even the so-called DSS member that came to testify against Mazen Amdekano, even the so-called DSS members, because you know that Nigerian government were using DSS members, people that are IPOB. That's to tell you that there are many people that join this IPOB that they are not really supporting it with their hearts. They are just there. They just enter to destroy the leadership gradually. And it's showing them now. Imagine fellow freedom fighters coming to testify against you saying that Biafra is dead. No, 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 no. So guys, you can see what's happening. You can see what's happening, that truly these people cannot prove that he's guilty. So Nigerian government was unable to even come to Finland to appear in court to prove Massimo guilty. They were unable to do that. Guys, can you see? Can you see that truly this man is innocent? Simeon is innocent. Can you see? Let me just play a video for you guys to watch. This man actually said a lot of things about Simeon trial on the 25th of June. Guys, take a look.
Yes, just a little update on our Prime Minister's case as of the 25th of June 2025 yesterday. Yesterday, all the case that was brought against our Prime Minister was quashed. All of them was thrown out of the court because, like I said before, they don't carry any merit. And a lot of people were speculating yesterday if Martin Simon Ekpa was, his bail was granted. Yes, I think they said something about his bill yesterday, and I think they tried to add some conditions which the lawyer was fighting and fought and all of that. And then, for no reason, they brought another tax invasion that he was, all the media, whatever he was using to, broadcast and all of that, the money he was making from all of those places, that he never declared any. And then that was what they were arguing on. And at the end of the day, that one as well was quashed and thrown out of the court. So as it stands now, Master Simon Ekpa is awaiting his bail. I think in 2 weeks' time, his bail is going to be coming up. So we should expect our Prime Minister to be back on or before 15 days from now. So Biafrans, at this end, at this point, we are winning. And then you see, one of the things I have promised Biafrans is to always keep them on the right track. Today, Mazi Simon Ekpa has no case. The case has ended. It has ended, so Nigeria was not able to come to Finland to defend their case. You see, a bad country will always remain a bad country. You can see how they are manipulating Manzana and the Kano's kids for the past 15 years. And that is not a country that is sustainable, that is going to be viable. All these things that I love VDM, no doubt, but all these things that VDM is doing in Nigeria will never help Nigeria. The most important thing and the most essential thing is for Nigeria to be disintegrated. Let everybody go and develop themselves. Let the Igbos go, let the Hausas go, give the Yorubas their freedom. Let everybody go and develop themselves so that we can compete among ourselves. That is the only viable, sustainable solution for Nigeria. And today I want you to understand that Nigeria is not a country. General Christopher Musa is not a human being. Your president, Tinubu, is not a human being. These people are animals. Upon all the lies that they told the world, all the lies, they could not even come, even to shame Biafrans, come to Finland and say, okay, we are sitting for the prime minister's case, because they know what was going to be coming out. You know, so they kept sending their prosecutor to go and do this, do that. They could not even come. None of them. It's for you to see how terrible Nigerian government is. At least you that are accused must come to defend. But none of these people came to Finland. It is a very shameful thing. And this to tell you how they have been, you know, unaliving our citizens, unaliving our brothers and sisters without any, you know, reason for provocation. And this is how people have been suffering in their hand. And this is what them fallback group are using people, innocent people's, you know, red liquid, you know, to be doing saga on the internet space. It is very, very, very bad, very terrible. But our Prime Minister will join us very soon to come and address these people who they are, because it's terrible. You know, our cabinet members were in the court yesterday, and a lot of speculation was going on, flying up and down, that Mazi Simon Ekpa was giving bail yesterday. The lawyer didn't file immediately for the bail. I think he filed immediately, but because of the tax evasion thing that came up again, and then I think he didn't file on time. Before he could file, the court told him that they are closing already, and the time is up, and they should come back in 2 weeks' time to discuss his bail terms and all of that. So disregard whatever you are hearing from the public space. If you don't get this information from me, from Ugufu 247 and other Biafrans media teams, and you just know that what you are hearing out there are just lies. So please, Biafrans, be very strong. Mazi Simon Ekpa sent a message that should be very, very strong at this point, because nothing is going to happen. It's not coming to Nigeria. Nigeria was not able to come to Finland. And this is what to tell you, that anytime this man is trying to defend us, what the Nigerian idiots will be kept saying, why don't you come to Nigeria and come and fight us? Because they know when you come to Nigeria, they will kidnap you, detain you unlawfully, and, you know, put you through pains and agony. And at the end of the day, they will force you to submission. This is what they do to all of us. A lot of Biafrans that have been detained illegally in Nigeria, we are coming to release all of them very soon. And I'm telling you, and I will keep telling you, you know, Nigerians, you are failing this. You will never, never, never win Biafran in any case in the courts, anywhere in the world. And I'm going to use this opportunity to continue to warn the militaries on our ground. You know, Christopher Musa, you respect sovereignty so much. Remove all your terrorist army from our land. Remove all your terrorist police from our land. Remove your Air Force, Navy, and all what have you in our land. Because there will be a time they might not be able to leave. I'm telling you the truth. This is just my own opinion. Not even opinion. This is my warning to you. Remove all your military from our land, because it's not going to be easy. What you did to our people, immediately the removal of our prime minister will never go unpunished. We will come to retaliate and revenge all these people that you people took their lives. Believe that. I'm not joking. So on this note, Biafrans, I want you guys to know that we are on the right track. Leave the fallback group. They can continue to fight. See what is happening in their camp. So leave them. Master Simon Ekpa will deal with them as soon as he's out, freely. Everything is done. Like I said, the court case has ended, and his bill will be coming up in 2 weeks' time. Thank you, dear friends, and may God bless you all. Please stay safe out there.
So, guys, you heard what that man said. Him himself, he actually analyzed some things that happened in courts. So now this man said he mentioned some things. He said some cases were thrown out. The judge threw out so many cases of Simeone, but the ones that was brought to court, on the 25th of June, 2025. The cases were thrown out. And for those people that are asking if he was granted bail, he would have been granted bail in this court section, or that in the 25th of June court section of Simeon. But I think when they talked about it, it was late, and then the court said that they have closed, that they should come in 2 weeks' time, let them talk about his bail. So probably Simeon will be out of there very, very, very soon. Imagine Nigerian government, they will be telling Simeon, but why don't you come to Nigeria and fight us? They don't know, they know what they are doing. Whenever they come to Nigeria, is there they will pick him up, because Nigerian government don't want to go and kidnap him in Finland. They cannot do that. They cannot do that. Or else, because already it's going. In fact, Finland government is going to be against. It's an illegal thing. It's an illegal thing. Even the one they did to Mazin Namdekano, the international laws have said no, this is illegal, but they still kept him there. So there's no way, Simeon Ekpa, Nigerian government will come to Finland and kidnap him, or else he goes to another country. That's just it. Or else he moves to another country. Because there was a certain time they wanted to play pranks on him, use the opportunity and extradite him. I think they sent Chinese people, to tell him that the Chinese people were like, they want to help him in his Biafran struggle, meaning that he should come to China so that they can talk. That is the another way Nigerian government want to lure him, to China so that they can kidnap him there. But what I'm trying to say is that there's no way they're going to come to Finland and arrest him, because Simeon is a citizen of Finland. Finland, there's no way they can go and arrest him there, because it's going to be illegal. The whole world will talk against it. Is going to be illegal. So, guys, you can see that all charges were thrown against him, and then the case is already closed. The case is already closed. Imagine a government that cannot, prove. According to what that man said, he said the chief of defense staff, Musa Christopher, with all the lies, their line and everything, with all the lies and everything, they cannot still prove that he is a terrorist or he has been financing. If you say someone is a terrorist, then you have to bring your proof. You see the kind of government we are in. If you say somebody is a thief, you have to bring your proof and show the person that he's a thief. But there's no proof. There's no good proof that can hold water. I am telling you the truth. These people are just playing pranks, joking, wasting money. So, guys, you can see they cannot prove that he's a thief at all. They cannot prove at all that he's a thief. So now, Nigerian government failed to provide concrete, admissible evidence to prove Simeon had committed any crime under Finnish or international law. No Nigerian official or witness or legal team appeared physically in court to defend the accusation. And crucially, the judge revealed that Nigeria had not even followed due process in terms of providing verified documents or presenting a formal legal argument. It was as though Nigeria brought a complaint but didn't show up to prove it. Now, this wasn't just embarrassing, it was legally unacceptable. So, what did the court do? They closed the case once and for all. Now, during the ruling, the judge also addressed Simeon Ekpa's bail status. Let me break everything down. Because the case had no merit, because the Nigerian authority could not back up the accusation, and because Simeon Ekpa had abided by Finnish law throughout the process, the judge made it clear that there is no reason to continue restricting Mr. Ekpa's freedom Let's check it. Is there any need of even keeping that man there? Is there any need? People that have been saying Ekpa is a thief, Ekpa is this, even those in Nigeria, when you go to social media, you see a lot of people criticizing Simeon Ekpa, saying this is a thief. Them themselves, they should make a testimony. They should do an online testimony if they cannot come to Finland. They should make and post it. Let them give proof and show where Simeon Ekpa directly was commanding or financing terrorists. They should put up the video. But then there's no proof. Nobody has come out to say anything. After even the chief of defense staff, they cannot say anything about him. For Nigerian government to be absent in court, what does this tell you? These people are not serious. They know that Simeon is free, is a free man, or they know that he has no crime. Or do you understand? He remains a free citizen under Finnish law with no active charges or obligations stemming from this trial. Now, the bail no longer matters because there is no more case to answer. The bail no longer matters because there's no case to answer. The verdict is more than just a legal win for Simeon Ekpa. It's a major diplomatic message to Nigeria. You cannot accuse a man in a foreign country without real evidence. In Nigeria, you can do that. I'm telling you, in Nigeria, you can just wake up in the morning and accuse someone. But you see, in the foreign country, you cannot accuse a man of foreign country in a foreign country without real evidence. You cannot use international system for political intimidation, and you cannot export your internal failures abroad and expect the world to back you up. It's also a wake up call to citizens back home. Instead of addressing the root cause of agitation like marginalization, state violence and oppression, the Nigerian government tries to silence the messenger and they fail. Simeon Ekpa walks free. The case is closed. And Nigeria must now face the fact that their international credibility is under question. So now what next? Now people are asking if he continue his activism, or will Finland issue a restriction going forward? What will Nigeria do now that their case has collapsed? One thing is clear: the international community is watching, and the struggle for justice, self-determination, and truth is far from over. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Now, drop a comment below. Let me know what you're saying on this. Let me know what you're saying on this. Now, truly, Simon Ekpa, secured a big win for himself in the courtroom in Finland. Not only did judge dismiss this case though, but he also made strong remarks against how Nigerian government tries to manipulate the legal system abroad. You know the Nigerian government will do what they are known for. They want to, bring their corruption to Finland just to make sure they bring him down in Finland because they know they cannot stand him. So now, the controversial case filed against Simeon by the Nigerian government was officially declared closed. So not only did judge dismissed the case, but he also made strong remarks against how Nigeria tried to manipulate the legal system abroad. You guys know that the first time, I'm saying this thing because of I know that Nigerian government wants to like manipulate or would have tried to manipulate Finland courts because the first time he went to court, the first time Simonema appeared in court, everyone was surprised. There was no investigation, there was nothing. And then the judge said that the person presenting over Simonema's case, the judge said that he's going to go to jail for 6 years, just like that. 6 years without investigation, without due process, without any proceedings. Already they are saying that Simon Ekpa is going to go to jail for 6 years. That was how I knew that Nigerian government it might be manipulating this court though, because how can a court without any evidence, without any proof that he's a terrorist, you're already saying he should go to court? Like I said, any court abroad or in Nigeria, anybody that said, or any suspect, or anybody that they accuse of any crime is still innocent until someone proves the person guilty. Someone brings a tangible evidence that he is guilty. That is when the person can be, convicted to any crime. That is the only thing. They should bring a tangible and reasonable thing that he did. They should bring people were thinking that they're going to bring weapons that he kept storing. Do you know that they have not found these two persons with weapons? And we keep asking ourselves, okay, they say IPOB is and is not a useful organization. So why are they so interested in Simon Ekpa and Mazina Ducano? Why are they so interested in it? Why are they so interested in them? To show you that they cannot even stand them at all. They cannot stand them. That is why they are making all in their doing all in their efforts to make sure they bring him down. Now another thing I want to say is, the fact that they said he's going to go to jail for 6 years immediately when he appeared in court. That was a red flag, because normally they said he committed terrorism. And for someone to commit terrorism, the person is supposed to stay for at least 15 years, or you know life in prison, or 21 years in prison, and not 5 6 years. So that 6 years was a red flag. That 6 years was a red flag. And also it actually exposed that Nigerian government might be behind this, because you know that, okay, this year is gone. Let's make our analysis. This year is already gone. So probably everybody knows that Tinubu is going to come out for a second term. The way he pushed himself inside is the way he's going to still push himself this time in this second term. In fact, everything will be made easy for him, because it is second term. If it's first term now, I'll be like, okay, so it might be difficult, but since he's still the president, his second term is going to be easy for him. So that 6 years was truly a red flag, because they wanted him to stay in jail for 6 years, so that by the time 6 years is over, by the time it's coming out, Tinubu will be out of seat. So that 6 years is like a red flag. It's like a red flag. So you can see that truly Nigerian governments were doing all in their powers to manipulate the legal system abroad. Now, to understand what went down in court, you need a bit of this background. Now, the Simeexposes lawyer, Finnish citizens, and outspoken voice for the Biafran independence movement, has been accused by the Nigerian government of inciting violence, pushing civil disobedience, and destabilizing the southeast. Nigerian authorities, desperate to silence him, petitioned Finnish authority to arrest and prosecute him. But here is the problem: Finland doesn't operate on political propaganda. Everything must be backed by the law, facts, and process. Do you think it's like Nigeria that operates anyhow? Do you think it's Nigeria that will just come and put you in prison for nothing? For no, they will not be following the law. The rule of law is respected. All laws and facts and process. This is how they work. The law is respected in Finland. It's not like Nigerian government that doesn't obey the law. They make law, and they're the same people that break the law. So now Finland doesn't operate on political propaganda, just like Nigerian governments. They are only interested in propaganda, not even prosecution. They're only interested in propaganda. Finland doesn't operate on political propaganda. Everything must be backed by law, facts, and process. That is why it is very hard for them to win Simeexposes in court. Yes, it's very hard for them. So the court opened an investigation and hearing. The hearings began, and on June 25th, the final chapter of the legal journey was written. So now what exactly happened? First, the judge confirmed that Finland has no legal basis to detain or prosecute Simeon Ekpa, because no mutual legal assistance treaty exists between Nigeria and Finland. Listen, guys. Another one is Nigeria failed to provide any admissible evidence even after being given months. After giving so many months, they refused to provide admissible evidence after giving them months to bring. And all so-called evidence sent from Nigeria were either incomplete, politically biased, or not under Finnish law. as some charges were thrown against him on the 25th of June 2025. So the judge turned turned directly to the issue of jurisdiction. Finland cannot and will not serve as a foreign extension of another country's political machinery without concrete evidence of a crime under Finnish or international law. This case will not continue proceeding. That's a major statement. He was basically saying, don't bring us your political drama. This is a court, not a tool of repression. Now, another key moment was that the judge statement about Simeon condition. They talked about Simeon condition, people who had earlier been questioned and briefly held and been under restriction, during the legal process, and but now the judge declared all previous bail terms null and void. There would be no further monitoring, no limitation on movement or speech. Simeon remains a free man under Finnish and EU law, but Judge didn't stop there. He issued a judicial warning not to Ekpa but indirectly to Nigerian authorities. Repeated attempts to abuse international legal channels from political purposes may result in future diplomatic scrutiny. In simple terms, it just means that stop wasting our time. This isn't a playground or doctorship. Now, the judge also acknowledged that Nigerian media outlets had spread false narrative about the case. During the hearing, Ekpa's lawyers submitted evidence saying that state-owned Nigerian media had reported false claims that Simeon was already convicted, accused Finland of harboring terrorists, admitted to pressure the Finnish government using media blackmail and misinformation. The court noted that these tactics, calling them irregular and unprofessional conduct that does not reflect well on the compliant country. The judge said Nigeria was using lies and intimidation instead of law and justice because Nigeria is a lawless country. So now, the case is closed. What does it mean now? For Simeon, he remains protected under Finnish law. He's now legally untouchable unless credible new evidence surfaces, something Nigeria has consistently failed to produce. Now, for Nigerian government, this is a massive embarrassment. They try to intentionalize a domestic political issue and failed in broad daylight. For Biafrans and pro-democracy activists, it sends a powerful message: international law protects free speech, especially when your home government does not. So now, in the end, this is more than just a courtroom drama. It's a reminder that truth, law, and liability and liberty still matters somewhere in the world. Why Nigerians continue to silence voice and bullets and propaganda caught in place like Finland are still guided by facts, fairness, and justice. Even by is free, the case is dead. And once again, the truth has been outlived the lies. What do you think about this court case? Now, I actually want you guys to drop your own thoughts under the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking because there's no proof, there's nothing that can say, there's no tangible thing that can say that Simeon has done. So now take a look at what this man said. He said a lot of things anyways. He mentioned a lot of things about Simeon case. Even Dio says, guys, take a look.
Igbo kwenu rieni kachanụ ụmụ Igbo ihe afọ iri ihe afọ isii nọ na TikTok a ọrụ nna anụ na TikTok n'afọ isii a bụ ịgba mbọ ka anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo na-emegbu n'ala Igbo ka anyị nwa nwee ike imekọ ọnụ were bụrụ ofu na-ayọkwa ndị Igbo na-asị ha na kirikiri ka a na-aga ukwu osu na emekọlọta ukwu azịza ozuo oke enweghị ya agbajili ya ma hepụ ya ofu agbajie ọsịsọ anyụkọlọta mamịrị ọnụ ọgba ụfụfụ ihe ndị a bụ ilu na-atụ all this while nọ TikTok ewere nwa ndị bịara na platform m 3 years ago asị na ha bụ ndị otu nke IPOB DOS branch na mụnwa na-ekwu na Samuel Ekpa bụ ezigbo mmadụ, na Samuel Ekpa bụ ajọ mmadụ, na Samuel Ekpa na-arụkọ ọrụ with Nigerian government, na Samuel Ekpa bụ terrorist, na Samuel Ekpa na-egbusi ndị be anyị, na Samuel Ekpa eme nke a, Samuel Ekpa eme nke a, na ha ga-egbu m, ha ga-ere m, ha ga-eme nke a, ha ga-eme nke a. 3 years agaala. Mgbe ha na-agba Samuel Ekpa ma ndị nke mere vidio na they are very proud to be one of the people soro dotu Samuel Ekpa ala. Ewere m na-ajụ ndị Igbo, onye gburu nwanne ya ọ bụ dike ka ọ bụ? Igbo onye Igbo isi na ọrụ gị igbu nwanne gị ọ ịdọtu nwanne gị igbu dike. Emechara ha gwa m na ha ga-abịa be m bịa kurisi ebe m n'ala Igbo na a ga-eme nke a mee nke a mee nke a, maka na m si ala orole mgbe a ga-emekọta ọnụ ka ihe na-ekwu wee bụrụ ofu olu. Ihe m ji agwa m na ihe na bụ unu ọfụrụ ndị a bụ ndị na-eso ndị DOS. Ebe na nke mbụ ego a na-atụ enye ndị a for a long time now, ego ebuka. Ọ bụghị ego ahụ abụghị na akwụkwọ ka eji arụ, enweghị ihe eji apụta na-atụ aka si na ọ bụ ihe ka e mere n'ala Igbo, na ọ bụ ego a na-atụ enye ndị DOS. Mana ịpụtakwa anaghị agba Samuel Ekpa mgba na Samuel Ekpa emeela ego a na-atụrụ ha na divert wale. Ihe m na-ekwu ihe abụdịla na-ekwu ka anyị nwee agha nyere anyị bụ ndị Igbo, kama na ihe m na-ekwu bụ si onye ọbụla amala aka enwe dịla ofe si wepụ ya tupu ọ aka mmadụ. Ọ bụrụ na ị ma na ihe ị bịara n'ala Igbo bụ ka ị were ụmụ Igbo na-achụ ego wepụ aka enwe ofe tupu ọ aka mmadụ. Ọ bụrụ na ị ma na ị chọrọ ka Igbo nwere onwe ha were eziokwu were na-aga, ma ọ bụrụ nke ịpụta na ọ bụrụ ị na-atak nwanne gị maka ala ifuru na followers nke gị akala nke nnu, ị na-atak ya, wepụ aka enwere ofe tupu ọ aka mmadụ. Anyị nwabụ ohu na Naịjirịa emeriri anyị n'agha. Mgbe emerichara anyị n'agha abịa kewasị anyị were ndị Igbo kerisie. Gowon ji ọnụ ya kwuo na ihe o ji wee kerisie anyị bụ ka anyị gara inwe ndị nwere ikikere ịchallenge the unity of Nigeria. Nigeria ebido mgbe ahụ na-agba ndị Igbo agha mgba ruo taa. Egburu n'ugwu Hausa, gburu na Lagos uprising, gburu Asaba massacre, ihe niile na-egbu anyị na-eje. Ihe anyị pụtara bụ ndị DOS pụtara bụ ka anyị na-agba mgbanyere anyị mgbe niile. Samuel Ekpa eme nke, Samuel Ekpa eme nke, Samuel Ekpa eme nke. Sereni aka nyere na onye efe. Samuel Ekpa erighị nri edebere nnu. Samuel Ekpa erighị nne edebere nnu. Mebeni nke nnu na-eme, hapụ na Samuel Ekpa ka ọ na-eme nke ya. Onye ọbụla ekere ọrụ eke ma ọ bụkwa nwanne nnu nwoke bụ foreign, nye na onye ọbụla efe ka onye ọbụla na-eme nke ọ na-emela Igbo ka anyị bụ ihe anyị chọrọ bụ nwere onwe. Ọ bụdị iwu na onye ọbụla ga-eso DOS. Ọ bụdị iwu na onye ọbụla ga-eso Samuel Ekpa. Kama na ihe nnu na-eme unu na-aga unu na-akọtọ nwanne gị, na-akọtọ ụmụnne nnu, ihe ahụ ga-akwụsịrị. Ọ ga-akwụsị. Ọ bụ na ọ baghara anyị nnu kwụsa na ara ahụ. Igbo egbuola anyị ọtụtụ, kewa anyị ọtụtụ. Unu bịazi na-ewere aka nnu na-ekewa anyị. Ke ihe nnu na-eme n'ala Igbo? Gịnị ka nnu na-eme n'ala Igbo? Unu pụta oruola ọnụ, unu emepe ọnụ na-akọla akọ ihe nnu na-akọ akọ. Anyị na-aghọtaji ihe nnu na-akọ akọ. Anyị na-aghọtaji ihe nnu na-akọ akọ mgbe niile. Gbugbugbugbu ihe nnu na-ekwu ofu ike adịghị nnu n'ike. Samuel Ekpa na-akpa ike na-ekwudo okwu. Ọ bụrụ nnu mgbe niile onye na-akpa ike ọ na-ekwu okwu. Biko onye ọbụla chiri nnọọ nwụrịa ya tiri okpuru nke ya. Onye ọbụla unu hụrụ nnọọ oke nnu na okpu ya n'ime ụlọ. Ihe a kwesịrị ịkwụsị. Igbo ga-abụrịrị ofu. Onye ọbụla si n'Igbo anyị abụdo ofu, ezinụlọ ya ga-echi. Isi na ihe pụtara n'ụwa bụ ile agba ndị Igbo mgba ya esogide gị, ezinụlọ gị agaghị afụ udo. Ichi ime nke gị hapụ Samuel Ekpa. Hapụ na ya. This thing is getting out of hand.
So guys, you hear what that man said. Many Nigerians in social media, you see them ganging up against Simeon Ekpa. Why can't you, like, these citizens that are actually saying that he's a bad person, that he has been inciting people, he has been inciting violence, he has been, financing, creating, they should make their own testimony and send to Finland court. What they are waiting for is a proof that this man actually, Finland court is not like Nigeria. In Finland, they obey the law. They obey the law. It's not like Nigeria that doesn't obey court laws. And Martin Mikano was suffering it then. But I think now, just like that they already closed the case of Martin Ambikano, and now in Simeexposes case, they've already closed the case too. So he's going to be coming out probably in 2 weeks' time. So guys, drop a comment below. Let me know your thought on this headline. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. For more information, head straight to our website. And guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts also. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.